am going to show you how to extend some webbing. I'm not sure what's going on with the shops at the moment, but getting some supplies is getting really ridiculously hard. So I'm going to line that up, make sure that the weave is as steady as I can make it, and I'm going to put it on a medium stitch. I'm going to sew right down the centre here to start off with. You don't want it too big, so I'm going to go there. I think it's just 1/2 inch overlap, and forward and back like you would on any other seam. It is a flat seam at the moment, and I'm going to go all the way across, keeping my weave as even as possible, and again forward and back. So I've done forward. Now I'm going to fold it over like this and back, so it's like an S there. It does make it a little bit bulky to do it this way, but it just holds it a little bit better. Down, and I'm going to sew along this outer edge, again forward and back, all the way to the end, forward and back, pull that out, turn it over, and do exactly the same on the outside edge here. So it's held in with 3 rows of stitching. If your sewing machine doesn't want to reverse over it, lift the foot up, turn it, and just go the other way. Oops, daisy. But sometimes it doesn't want to reverse over this thick fabric. Now I've got a really secure seam here. It's not going to pull apart. Here's my join, and I don't want to have 2 joins in each length, so I'm going to put the short one and the long piece together. Here's the longer end. I'm going to secure at that end, and I'm going to be pulling this end, so I have the smoothness on this side and the lip of the join on the other side. So when I pull it, if there's anything that it gets tangled up on, it should just pull through like that. Now I've secured it on the other end like I always do, and I'm just going to feel across the bottom to make sure where my crossover will be, so that I can have the join on the underside. So if I come across this one, under, over, under, over. Okay, so I'm going to work out, because I've got four bands coming this way, I want to make sure that the join is preferably under the new band that I've put in, so that it doesn't get caught up and pull anything that's above it. I've made sure that the webbing is woven up and down like usual and is between the webbing that was originally there. So this goes up and over the new webbing, but underneath the old webbing. I do have a video on underwebbing, which I can link below. So I'm just going to push this in and pull it just like I do any other time, maybe a little bit more leverage, because I want this as tight as possible and in a straight line. So if it's a little bit off, make sure it's in a straight line. Okay, there will do. And is spaced about the same on this side as it is on the other side. Pull it down and secure it. Cut it back. So basically you're putting the webbing in exactly the same way as you usually do. You've just got a join there that you have to be aware of. Put that down and secure that. I'm going to have a little bit of trouble with this one, because this one, it does go over the last weave here, but it might get caught up on the frame here. There's a lip, unfortunately, but that's the way it had to go. I really don't have very much webbing to pull it in with. It's come over the top and pull it in as best I can and down. Because of the angle on here, it's really awkward to get. And again, cut across and secure like I always do, and then it won't pull out. My goodness, I've just had to empty some boxes. I found one long length to finish up. Now, What I was going to say is, if you only had webbing that, say, came to here, join on some fabric you don't care about. Just sew it on like I've shown you, so it's really secure. And then you can put this through the fabric and pull it the same way. Don't throw short lengths of webbing out just because you feel you don't have enough, because those short lengths are rather useful on occasion. Let's see if I can do this. Sometimes you have to think of other ways of doing something. Okay, so that's nice and even. Straightens that up a bit. I'm pulling it down, and then I'm going to put this into place too. And then if you had joined it, you just would cut it back as normal and secure it. That is how you make your webbing last. I'm going to just pop that over and secure. You can see this join here. It comes over this web here quite nicely, and this one here just about clear there. So they've gone in. I'm pleased with them. Doesn't look quite as neat as my usual projects because obviously I'd have no joins at all, but for this project it will be fine. It is just holding these original webs into place so they don't drop down. The next time the lady has it done, she's going to have everything rewebbed and then resprung, and I'll tell her that when I drop this off to her. But I think that will do for this job. All I need to do is tidy up this and put a new bottom cloth on. I don't need to touch any more onto here. Now it's got its new bottom cloth on, but nobody will actually know that I had to join any of the webbing until the next upholsterer takes it to pieces. So I'm pleased with that.